Ladies and gentlemen, before we say anything, can we get a round of applause for that intro, mate? That intro, which we haven't seen it, but it will be in the video. Very sick.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it numerous times.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerd Force episode 1. I am joined, co-host with Jim, Fulcrum and the Force. How are you doing, bruv?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm really good. I'm looking forward to this. We've been talking about this for a while.
Finally.
And we're like, oh yeah, we'll get to it. We'll do it. And then life gets in the way. And then before you know it, it's 2024. But this is the best way to start a new year, I reckon.
New year, new show. First of all, before we start, there will be timestamps down below, ladies and gentlemen. So if there's something that we're chatting about, you're not interested, it's all good, man. Have a skip ahead. That's totally awesome. While you're down there, smash the like button. Jim's channel will be in the description. Go and subscribe as well.
We do have a giveaway going at the moment. So if you do want to, if you want to get your hands on some lightsabers, giveaways up. So head over there.
And that video is up. That video's up now, isn't it? I remember seeing it. Yeah. The giveaway video.
It's been up about a month. Thanks for checking that out there, mate.
Yeah, that's what I do, mate. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And the final thing, right at the end, as asked by you lot, we have 10 random questions. So whenever we do episode 2, if you want involved in that, I'll make sure it's head of notice on Instagram. I'll be posting on Instagram stories. You can ask us anything. We're taking 10 at random. They're pretty good. Stay till the end. And now let's start this bad boy show off. And we're starting it with the future of Star Wars, Jim.
What?
There's been a lot of moaning. There's always moaning, but there's been an exceptional amount of moaning recently.
I feel like that's all there is. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
The minute you see new Star Wars show or new Star Wars movie, you know that 20 seconds later there's going to be 1,000 people going, "Wow, stop my show!
Not on my watch."
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, can we not have anything nice?
You can't, mate. If there's something good, there has to be something bad. Thanos said there's balance.
Sure. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
But the main thing is now is we're not going to go too much into it because it's stuff that I don't think needs to be cared about too much. But the whole thing of certain director has said certain things involving the future of Star Wars, and it's pissed a lot of people off. Me personally, I just want a good Star Wars film. And you're probably the same, innit, bro?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? People say stuff, and also context. I think sometimes when people watch interviews, they don't really actually put the context of A, when that interview was, and B, what it was about. So, and that's the beauty of this is we'll just take everything out of context and just moan. So I don't care. Like, just give me a good show or film, and I'm a happy boy.
That's what I need. Is the next? Am I right in saying the next movie that this director, she was saying, we're not going to go into the women directing all that, whatever, bruv. Just make it good.
Wars is for everyone.
I don't care about anything. Just make it good. Don't make it solo, and we're good to go, mate. Or Amiga or anything like that, and we're good. Am I right in saying the next movie, is that going to be the Rey film, or it'll be the Mando film?
Apparently so, yeah. Well, I don't know. See, it seems like they announced very recently that Mando movie's going into production or has been greenlit because they're going into season 4 of Mando, and apparently it's only going to be 6 episodes. And then the finale is going to be the movie. They've announced that. I don't know if they've gone into production, but I do know that the Rey film goes into production very soon, April, May time.
Oh, okay,
from what I know.
That is well soon. So that could be a 2026 maybe day-ish.
Yeah, I think the Mando film, if they're going in production on season 4 of Mando soon, then I reckon the Mando film will probably be out before the Rey film, just because of how quickly they can get. And essentially, they're still shooting it in the same way. They're just making a really long episode and putting it in the cinema. So
yeah, do you think? I don't know all this stuff, and I know you know way more than me. Do you think the Mando movie will come out before Ahsoka season 2?
That's difficult because I know that the Mando film was supposed to be a combined thing with Ahsoka, so that's what I'm confused. But in theory, Mando should be next. Season 4 of Mando should be next, and if they're going to make the film the finale, it has to come out before Ahsoka. Which means that what are they going to be? Because we know that Ahsoka's going into a film in the Mandoverse that's based around Heir to the Empire and that. So is that separate from this movie? I
Mm,
don't. They've been very vague. They've been very vague
yeah.
about everything that's going on, which fair enough. They
Yeah, I
probably
mean the
don't know.
the timeline right now, they've done a good job with the story and the timeline right now. I think one of the things that even I can agree with the sequels is it was a bit messy story wise
Yeah,
in parts.
yeah,
So I'm cool with the film, Mando 4,
yeah,
Ahsoka 2. I'm cool with all of it. Just as long as it's mapped, the road's done. Do you know what I mean? It's all cemented, bruv, and we're tarmac.
yeah.
Sorry, we're
I
good to
think
go.
with Filoni and Favreau in charge, I think it is definitely going to be mapped. I mean, I'm not saying they can do no wrong. Season 3 of Mando ended,
Yeah, you
but
didn't like that, did you? Yeah.
no, not at all. But I think as a rule, their storylines are fixed and they know where they're already going. So I think in that respect, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm going to like it is a different story altogether.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So, so far, I've been very happy. I've been very vocal. I don't like Bad Batch, but that aside, I've enjoyed like Mando. I really liked Ahsoka. I think it was my third favorite show of 2023, 3 or 4, something like that. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, so like the future wise, you're on course. You're happy with it. I'm happy with it. It just seems a
Oh,
lot of people moan about it.
absolutely. No. I think if my issues with Mando season 3 were they teased too much and gave us very little. But if they give
Mhm.
us what they teased, and if they carry on down the same route that they have been with Ahsoka, I'm happy. I'm happy all day
Yeah.
long because Ahsoka finished fantastically. I wasn't a massive fan at the beginning of where it started, but where it
Mm.
finished was perfect. And
Yeah, I remember you
so if
said about Ahsoka. Yeah.
yeah, I'm very critical with Ahsoka because she's one of my favorite characters, and I wasn't sure of her characterization at the beginning, but by the end of it, I was like, I see what they've done. Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah. When
And,
she turned
by
into
the end of it,
Gandalf the White, it was good to go.
yeah, by that point, I was sold. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Ezra was fantastic. Sabine was great. So I'm like, you keep going down that route. I'm happy, and be nice to see Mando on the big screen. I say that
Yes.
I've actually seen Mando on the big screen.
Have you?
I have at Star
Yeah.
Wars Celebration.
You did, didn't you? You lucky bugger. I remember. Yeah, you went off
Yeah,
for an hour or
we
two, and you
yeah,
come
and we
back.
saw
Go. I just see the next
we saw
episode. Yeah, I remember that.
the
Yeah.
next episode, and it was on like the massive screen in the main hall at Celebration, and it was, I mean, that was incredible. Like
Mm.
that feels like Star Wars. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah. I saw Andor in the big screen, which was good. It wasn't the best, but it was good. I would have loved to see like Ahsoka or something in the big screen. That would have
I
been
I saw
amazing.
the first 2 episodes of Andor on the big screen.
Maybe I saw 2. Was it 3? I can't remember. Something like that. It's been a minute, man. It's been a while ago now.
Yeah, it
But
has been a while.
yeah, we're in 2024 now. So the next bit we're going to talk about is the shows. So first of
Yes.
all, I spoke to you yesterday. You've only seen one episode of Echo. Is that right?
Yes.
So
One
I
and a
finished
half.
Echo, and it ain't good. It ain't great. It's very disappointing. I went on a bit of a rant, and it did make me nervous because What If and Loki were bangers, but Echo went well down. But the next
Yeah.
Star Wars show this year, you know about, and I don't know anything about. And
I
you
do.
said yesterday on Call of Duty was a Skeleton Crew, wasn't it?
Yes. That's
Hmm.
apparently that's what's coming. Also, if you look at the Lego sets, we've got a Skeleton Crew Lego set coming out, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw the trailer for Skeleton Crew again at Star Wars Celebration, so I kind of got a feel. It wasn't a long trailer, but we got enough in it to go, okay.
What is it actually
it's
about?
difficult. Okay,
I
so
don't know anything about it.
it's a difficult one because the way I've described it, people have not been happy with. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, actually, I'm down with this. It's an adventure show where a bunch of kids steal a starfighter.
A starfighter, damn.
Well, like a ship, like a
Yeah.
right? And they go off into space, and that's where they meet Jude Law, and he kind of takes them under his wing because they get themselves into trouble. It's Goonies in space, from what I can tell.
Yeah. I get you.
And
Are
I'm
you
sold.
talking like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, or like younger than that?
Like
Younger, damn. Okay.
12, 13, 14-year-olds, some
Oh,
even
okay,
younger than
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about money. We know this.
They
Yeah,
do love
and
dollars.
so
The
yeah,
mouse loves it.
doesn't he? Nom, nom, nom.
He does.
So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to find a show because obviously with Mando and Ahsoka especially, they've appealed to very much the long-term fans. Whereas I think they saw with Grogu that they can bring new people in by bringing something that's obviously cute and that will attract younger eyes. And so I think what they did with Skeleton Crew, they went, if we have a crew of younger kids, we might bring in a younger audience as well. Because at the end of the day, right, I love Star Wars, right? I'm as old as time itself. But let's be fair, Star Wars is for kids.
Yeah, it's for kids, yeah.
It's always been made for kids, right? We just go, no, Star Wars, lightsabers. And we're like,
Yeah.
and we pretend that it's ours when in reality it's everybody's, especially kids. So I'm like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I see where they're going. It didn't feel like a kids show, but it definitely, because of the younger sort of actors and stuff, it definitely felt like it was trying to appeal to a younger thing. But there was still some nice lightsaber action going on in there. The show looked really good. Unfortunately, I don't like Jude Law as an actor. But
Yeah.
the rumors of what he is and his character are pretty good. Apparently, he's like a Jedi in hiding or something like that. So overall, I'm quite excited for it. And
I get that argument a lot because I always say Marvel's my favorite ever. It's just my favorite franchise is Marvel, and I always get overly critical sometimes when it's super kiddie. Have to like bring my thing back down. I'm like, okay, no, it is made for kids, and that's why I think I got very angry with Echo because it was like, oh, it's rated M, Daredevil, Kingpin, blood and gore, and it really wasn't any of that. So it was just, I said in my thing, like it felt like it was rated M because nothing else is rated M. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like nothing Disney's done has ever been rated M. So it's like, oh,
it's only
like
5
that's
episodes,
the
though,
selling
right?
point. It's 5 episodes. They dropped it all in one go. It's pretty bad, man. Like by the time we do Nerd Force 2, you probably would have seen it, and then we can have your review like, out of 10. I went 4 out of 10, so it's disappointing for me.
Wow. Because the thing
which
is, I really enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Right.
That's what happened. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Without spoiling it, if anyone hasn't seen it, there's a lot of nice things in episode 1, and then it very much becomes Echo the show from episode 2 onwards. Total tonal change. You can tell it's been mega rewrites, as Kevin Feige said. But yeah, so I'm glad you gave me the Skeleton Crew knowledge. Hopefully that hits because I'm a little bit salty. I mean, I know we're in January, man. There's still a lot of time left, but
yeah,
start off the year with that Marvel show being a bit of a stinky winky ain't good, mate. So I'm glad. I'm hoping Star Wars lands in 2024.
Echo was,
do you know
the
what
thing
I mean?
is, Echo, you were never sure about from the get-go, were you?
Nah, I didn't really like her in Hawkeye that much. And when they said she's getting her own show, I was like, scratching my head, like, you've got Yelena? Like, what are you doing, bruv? Like, you've got these characters that are actually really good. And she's not
Especially
even
when
like...
we know,
especially
when we know they're trying to build, like, the Young Avengers. And you're
I mean, I don't know how that'll work with her in there, bruv. I just think there's a lot of other characters you could have done. It was a wasted opportunity, but I'm sure there's people watching it who loved it. If you did love it, let us know down below. For me, it weren't for me, bruv. You
still, though,
one happy.
Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah, but you've only seen episode 1.
Yeah.
That's
but
what I mean.
that'll sell me because like Daredevil's my favorite Marvel character, so like of all time. So for me, I was like, "Oh, Daredevil." So
did you actually see? Talk about it real quick. We can add this bit in Marvel news, mini Marvel news. How about that for a little section?
News.
Mini Marvel news. I can't remember their in-show names, but Deborah Ann, can't remember her second name, and the other gentleman from the Daredevil Netflix show, they've been officially signed on to the new Daredevil show. So it's looking like they're bringing everyone in. So if there ever was a chance to make this new, what's it called, Daredevil Born Again or Reborn or something, if there's ever a time to make it good, so they're ticking the boxes. Do you know what I mean?
So it's Foggy and
Deborah Ann something is her name from True Blood. She's amazing in True Blood. Can't remember her in-character name, but he said in-game name. I've been playing way too much Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, so I thought you'd be happy about that, being a Daredevil fan.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, because I love that show, and when I heard that they were bringing it back in and it was going to be part of the MCU, I'm just like, that makes sense. Like they've been teasing it for such a long time. Didn't I hear that finally adding all the Defenders as part of the MCU as well?
So apparently, I haven't checked. I could, you know what? I just check now.
A few moments later.
They're all on Disney Plus, mate. Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, Defenders, Iron Fist, which was horrible. They're all
Jessica
there.
Jones was banging though.
Jessica Jones, season 1, yeah. David Tennant, yeah. He's
So
weird.
good.
This is one of the best powers to have. You know, that guy throws the coffee on his own face. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
perfect.
for sure. Well, I'm going to rewatch Daredevil.
You should. I was
I
going
love
to say, we how many seasons? There's 3 seasons of Daredevil, aren't there? I think
3.
Is it 3? There is 3 in it, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I hope Marvel nail it, man, because it will be a massive disappointment if they flop that.
I mean,
It'll
his
be the same with
appearance
Punisher.
in She-Hulk was not great.
It was good when they're fighting, but then the walk of shame bit, it was a bit like, damn, I don't know about that. That's like, no.
Although
that's why I'm worried about Punisher, man. So
I like the costume. I like the yellow and red because it's OG. So that was
it'd
good.
be actually interesting to see like what suit he has in his new show. If they're going to keep the yellowy, reddy, brown, or if they're just going to keep it the red. I'd imagine they'd probably do it again, redo it. Sorry, revamp it. Maybe keep it red.
Yeah. Every season he had a different costume. They upgraded it every single season.
Yeah. But yeah, next up, Jim, on the agenda, because how serious we are up in here, mate. What movie are you most
written down?
Oh, mate, it's all here, mate. It's all here because it ain't in here.
Right.
If it wasn't, if we were relying on here, it wouldn't go down good, bruv. You know what I mean? What movie are you most hyped for this year? We've got some bangers. I'm sure there's loads of stuff that we don't even know about yet. So if you're watching this,
for sure.
maybe like after May and we ain't spoke about it, that's why. But
got a list actually. There are 2 that instantly jump to mind.
I have 2 as well.
There are a few that actually I'm like, oh, nice. Godzilla X Kong.
That saves me.
Obviously.
That's on my list. Yeah.
And Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
It's not on my list. I'm not even joking. I completely forgot about that. And I reacted to the trailer. Oh, damn. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I would say Godzilla and Kong.
Number 1
for me. Good, mate. What else you got on your list? It'd be interesting. I bet you probably got everything that's on my list. What else you got on there?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I am looking forward to it. I wish you would have told me that the new movie is 300 years after the last movie, because I went into my trailer. I know you tell me after I filmed my reaction, and in my video I went something like, "God, Earth looks weird." But there you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That has mega potential. Do you know what I mean?
It does. I'm a big Apes fan. I don't know what that means. I love the OG films, and I love the sort of reboots as well. So for me, that's quite a big one. Furiosa, for sure. And then I've got Argyle as well.
Who?
Argyle is from Danny Boyle. So the same guy who did The Gentleman.
See that on the list, bro. Oh, mate, The Gentleman was so good, bro. Okay, yeah. I'm on board. Yeah. Okay. So
that's all I've got on my list, but I'm sure you've got a ton more.
I got 4 more, and one's a maybe. The maybe, and I know this isn't on your list because it is actually a maybe. So if you checked it online, it might not have come up. But Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse allegedly is coming out this year.
Nah.
I don't think.
No way.
There was a big gap from the other 2. So allegedly,
Especially as with all the strikes they had and that. Nah.
Yeah, it's not looking good, mate. It's not looking good.
Otherwise, that would be number 1 of my list.
I mean, that'd be my number. Oh, it would be my number 2.
Ooh.
There is one you have missed that you're gonna kick yourself that you missed it. I've got Dune 2, Dune Part 2 on here.
Oh yeah,
I like the first
Dune,
one. I was never a big fan of Dune, but I liked Part 1, so I think Part 2 would be pretty good. But then the big one, the one that I am, do you know what I mean? Deadpool 3 is coming out this year, mate.
Oh,
so I mean,
I
Wolverine
forgot that
returns,
was this year.
multiverse. Apparently, Deadpool 3 will connect all multiverse stuff to X-Men. Not necessarily have the X-Men in, but you know what I mean? It'll make sense. That's
Well,
got
we know a
potential,
lot
boy.
of people are going to be in it, don't we? We know, like,
Yeah.
we're definitely getting X-23 in there. I'm a big fan of X-23 in the comics and that. And we've seen a bunch of like extra people that we know are going to be there and multiverse versions. So it's the introduction of Deadpool to the proper MCU, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you? I just the only thing that could flop Deadpool 3 is if they Mickey Mouse it up. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Daredevil, She-Hulk. Do you know what I mean, Brav? Like,
Yeah, I do.
just
Yeah.
let them do Deadpool. That is it, and you will generate $1 bazillion. If you Mickey Mousify it, you tone it down, make it a bit too light. Do you know what I mean? Like, it will flop, man, and we can't let this flop. Like, this has to like. Do you know what I mean? It's like No Way Home. It has to land.
It has to
It
work.
has to
Otherwise,
land.
if this doesn't work,
It's a big L,
you've
mate.
got a problem. You've got a
You got a
problem with the
You got a real
MCU
big problem. You got a real big
because
problem,
you've
mate.
got like that is the big one that will bring everything to the next phase of the MCU. And if it doesn't work, what are you relying on? There's no big characters that they're bringing in after that.
The worst thing, the most not worst thing, but the most important thing is Daredevil. You got me saying it now. Deadpool is a little bit like Guardians. I know people who don't like Marvel, but they'll go and watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movie
For sure.
Deadpool's that
feels
times
separate.
10. Deadpool is that thing where it's like, I know they don't care about Iron Man, they don't care about Infinity War, but they loved Daredevil 1. Oh my God, what is happening to me, mate? Daredevil. They loved Deadpool 1 and 2. So if you want those dollars, it has to be like the other two. Otherwise, it will be a big L. And I really hope
I mean, I think it's going to be good, even if it's like just here's thousands of cameos. I'll be like, yeah, all right. You give me Wolverine in his proper comic book outfit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine,
mate, the yellow as well, bruv.
forgiven.
Yeah. All is forgiven. Yeah. We forgive you for the Marvels. Secret Invasion.
I still haven't
Miss
seen
Marvel. And She-Hulk. Oh, mate. We're on track.
I stopped watching Secret Invasion after episode 1.
You've got an episode 1 fetish, mate. Echo,
Yeah, no, I'll always check
seen it,
something
mate.
out, and I was like, no.
I actually ranked it literally yesterday. I put Secret Invasion above Echo, so if that leads
Okay, not really.
They're not stuff out. But is Sabers and Lego 2024? Because it'd be interesting because if we keep doing this and we get to the end of the year, the things might change. So is there any Sabers that you're looking forward to this year or Lego? For me, Sabers is no. I love it, but there's nothing right now that I'm like, I need that right now. Lego, you've already told me about Barrador, the Lego set. I can't show it on screen because I don't want Lego to slap me with anything, but it looks... Sorry, it has potential to be mega.
To be something special.
Mega.
Okay, so starting with the lightsabers, because it'll be quick. One. There's one. I am looking forward to. In fact, who knows? By the time this drops, it could be out. KR Sabers are dropping his new Ezra hilt. Yeah. And for me, because it's Rebels is my favorite Star Wars show. Blah 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 blah. Ezra, Kanan, the whole shebang. I've got Kanan's saber. To have Ezra's next to it, that one is the only one that I'm like, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you. And who knows? I mean, the thing is, there's nothing saber wise. There's nothing out that I'm like from the most recent shows that I'm like, I need that. Like, I like Sabine's, I like Shin's, I like Balin's, but I'm not like, oh, I must have them. I'm like, yeah, they're nice, but yeah, no, Ezra's. The minute I saw it, I was like, I'm going to need that in my life. And then I was like,
yeah.
And then it was a case of, well, where am I going to buy it from? And I was umming and ahhing, and then the minute KR dropped the pictures of his, I'm like, well, I know where I'm buying it from.
It's done. It's stamped. It's sealed, mate. It's done.
For sure. So yeah, just that on the Sabers front. Other than that, no, I've got other things in the fire when it comes to Sabers. So just a little hint for people out there. Lego. Now, Lego's a difficult one, right? Because obviously I have too much. We know this.
I can vouch. It is,
Like-
when you go into a museum and you see like all the dinosaur stuff, and you're like, it's like that. It's just sensory overload. There's
Yeah.
plastic cubes everywhere. It's great. I love it.
So if people haven't seen it, like I used to have my Lego in this room. In some of my earlier videos, it was like behind me and stuff, but it became too much, and I had to move it to a completely separate room because I've got shelves floor to ceiling,
Yeah.
and it's full. And the problem with that is I don't want to get rid of anything, and I still want to buy everything. So that's a problem.
That is what we call a problem, mate.
Yeah, and this year doesn't look like it's going to be helping me in the whole
No.
cutting back on Lego thing. Case in point, I bought a new set today. Didn't need it. Wasn't planning on buying it. Saw it in the shop, bought it. It's a problem. So this year, aside from Star Wars has a lot of good stuff coming out this year. UCS sets, which for people that don't know are called Ultimate Collector Series. They're the bigger sort of like adult like focused sets. We've got a TIE Interceptor coming out, which I'm very excited for, but it's not going to be small. It's going to be like a
Proper.
big boy.
Yeah.
And then the rumor, we've got a massive rumor that at the end of the year we're getting a UCS Jabba's sail barge, which is going to be sitting up at like the 650, 700 quid mark, potentially more.
Yeah,
And that's going to be
yeah
a big boy. And those two are a definite for me, which is a problem because I don't have the space for that Jabba's sail barge. I definitely don't.
Nah.
Like, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But on top of that, there's a bunch of smaller Lego sets that are coming out that I'm looking forward to, Star Wars wise. We've got a bunch of MIDI scale sets coming out. We've got Tantive for a Millennium Falcon and an Invisible Hand, which is Grievous's ship. Then we've got a couple of little dioramas. We've got Vader's hallway scene from Rogue One, which is not going to be an expensive set, and I'm so excited for it. That's one that I'm going to have to. Yeah, I have, and I bought two, and I extended it. I'm going to do the same with the Vader one, and just be all extra about it. We've recently had rumors of other things that are coming out. There's a Death Star play set. I found out more information because I mentioned this one to you.
Yeah,
found out it's actually going to be a, in A New Hope where they're all sitting around and he's like, "I find your lack of faith disturbing."
Yeah.
That scene. It's going to be that scene as a diorama. And I'm like, oh, actually, that sounds pretty cool. So that's a tick. And that one is the one that's rumored to have a Cal Kestis minifigure in it.
See, that is, it would be pretty sick if it's a real thing.
If that's the case, that's going to be like one of the top sets of the year because everybody wants a Cal Kestis minifig. The fact that we've had no Lego sets from Jedi Fallen Order or Survivor is a travesty. But then Lego don't do a lot of Star Wars Lego sets for the video games.
Yeah, you literally said this yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, so I've got one, and it's from the Old Republic, and it's a really nice set. It wasn't cheap, but they never did anything. I don't think they ever did anything for Force Unleashed, which is a mistake because there's plenty of stuff in there. If they'd had the Eclipse ship and then him in it, that would be pretty nice. So they don't tend to do a lot of Star Wars Lego video game stuff. Lego, whatever. So Cal Kestis in that would be a big deal. There's a bunch of other rumored ones. One of them I'm not convinced by. Some kind of what if variation on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that already sounds bogus, mate.
with a dark Rey and a white Vader and an evil Chewbacca, and I'm like,
I don't know about that.
Do you know what? If they do it, it's going to be relating to something, which means that potentially, if it is a thing, maybe Disney are doing a what if Star Wars thing.
I saw them rumors yesterday, so I did.
If they are,
how excited would you be if they did that? Because for me, What If from Marvel is my favorite show. Spoiler alert! It is it is perfect for me. Like to do that of Star Wars, that's a big dub, man.
And you know what? I mean? Like, I'm happy if they did it like animation, the same as what they've done with like. In fact, I think I would prefer that because it would feel different. That's the point. It's supposed to
Yes.
be not the canon. It's supposed to be what if, like, Luke turned to the dark side, and we end up with the comic series Dark Empire, which was incredible. Like, what if Leia doesn't marry Han, and there's the whole, you do that. It's what if Rey turned to the dark side, what if she took Kylo's hand? You know what I mean?
A 30-minute episode of that would slap. I mean, Visions is amazing for what it is. I really like Villains. What is happening to me today, bruv? The only thing that I disliked about Visions is that they don't connect. I like a coherent thing. Like, that's what If done really good. They did like 6-7 episodes, but
and
then
I wasn't
8 and
expecting
9,
that.
no one did. And then at the end, they're like, "Oh, we got a big problem here. Let's just take people from all these episodes." Everyone was like, "Whoa, this is sick!" And then
It was
season
so
2
good.
comes out, and then you kind of know, okay, cool. You don't really know what to expect season 2, and if we got that with Star Wars, damn. I mean, even the Lego, what is it? Is it the Lego holiday special where Rey goes through the portals, and even that was kind of cool, man. I can't lie,
amazing.
It was kind of cool. So like multiverse, dimensional stuff.
The thing
really
is,
well,
like,
man.
if you do that, you can give people what they want. You can bring Starkiller back.
Kylo Ren show. I'm cool with a 30-minute thing. Adam Driver, bless his soul, he's made it very clear. F coming back. He ain't coming back. Okay, cool. But if I had a...
Did he though? Did he say that? Or did he say, they haven't asked me?
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem very optimistic, enthusiastic, about it. But if I got a 30-minute episode of Kylo, I don't know, Kylo beat Rey, and then he does, I don't know, mate. Whatever. I mean, that could slap. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't always have to be. Star Wars' problem for me is that it fills in the goddamn gaps. It loves filling in the gaps, whereas Marvel just goes, don't worry about the timeline, let's just do something else. Let's just do Iron Man having a race. Like, it's just crazy stuff that I really appreciate. And if we got a What If Star Wars, I'd be very happy, mate.
That would be incredible. And, that gives them license for so many things.
Oh, anything's clear, mate. Just,
like,
I've got an idea. Is it good? Yeah, make it. Done.
But then even just like, but I actually mean the licensing side of things where you're like, pop vinyls, lightsabers,
Mate, anything you want. If
helmets,
I'm looking at them now.
Black Series figures.
The What If Funkos are very good. They're very good. So I mean, you start pumping out, you know what I mean? Dark Side Luke with a big scar on his face or something. I don't know, bro. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? It could be pretty sick, mate. But I'm glad you're on board with that, because I had a smidge of a thing that you say, no, it has to be. There's not, because a lot of people are like that, though, aren't they? If it's not canon, I don't care. Like, it's just canon.
But you see, no, but you see, because I have a problem with that, because I'm like, which canon?
There you go. So just do what Marvel did. It's the multiverse.
A lot of people like to say, well, Disney's not canon. I'm like, well, actually, officially it is. Don't worry about it. But also, if you don't like that, there is the Legends canon, and that's fine too, because that does everything that you want it to do if you want that. I love them both. I actually think both exist perfectly well, and I'm like, I love this version of Luke and how they did this, but also love the film version of Luke and how they did this. I'm like, that for me is perfect, because it's just like, you're giving me two versions of the same character. You're just giving me more. That's what it is.
I love Cal Kestis, but I love Starkiller. So I'm cool with both. They'd never be real, because Starkiller is a chat for another day. He's the most OP person, I think.
OP, ridiculous.
But I got 10 questions for you, Jim. These again, ladies and gentlemen, these questions were pulled from my Instagram. This is not me plugging my Instagram. You don't even have to follow me. You can just do it on my stories. These 10 questions are from Instagram.
You can follow me.
Follow Jim. All the links are down below. I've got 10. We're going for this.
Okay.
Some of them are good. Some of them are weird. So we're going to go these all random from Instagram stories. The first one, I don't know how to answer this. It just says, worst Lego you both have. I actually counted before this. I have 16 sets now. So I'm very new into this. So I actually don't have anything that I would consider the worst. I know that's a bit of a cop-out answer.
No,
but
I don't think so,
have
because
enough to say that.
you're early in your collecting journey. So far in your career, so far all you've done is buy the sets
What I
that you
want.
want.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
I have over 100
Yeah.
sets. And I did finally click over 100,000 pieces of Lego in my collection. Winner.
That is insane. Do you know, if they combined your Lego collection with my Funko collection and they put it in some like lava thing and just made like raw plastic, we might be able to like build some like big thing like the Death Star or something, because that's a lot of plastic, man.
Yeah. Who would think that I was quite an environmentalist?
Yeah.
So I actually have a more recent set that I bought that I don't like.
It still stings.
It does because it was not cheap. So some of the older sets, like at first I was like, I bought them and I was like, meh. But over time, like I've learned to love them for where they belong. But recently I've really enjoyed all of the like dioramas that they've been making. Like I've got the Dagobah one, I've got the Vader's like chamber and that, and the things like that have been really, really good. But the one that I was really looking forward to and I got and I'm super disappointed with is the speeder bike chase.
You told me about this on Call of Duty, I remember you said about that. Why is it? It's something about something at an angle or something. I remember you said.
So the way they built it, because it's two speed, and the theory of it is fantastic, right? A diorama, two speeder bikes, Luke and Leia on one, Scout Trooper on the other, and trees, right? And they're going through the trees. That sounds amazing. First off, they put the trees in front of Luke and Leia so you can't see them. You just sit there and look at it. Secondly, the angle of the speeder bikes is so far over that it looks like they're about to fall off. And I'm like, this is bad.
It's such a thing.
Like saying that.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't like saying that. Not about Lego. I love Lego. And it really bugs me when, like, you know this about me, like when people go seeing a minifigure and they go, "Oh, that's not right. It's not how it's
yeah.
Why are Lego doing this to us? They hate all us prequel fans," because that's all they do, right? And I don't like that, because I'm like, dude, it's Lego. Let's like, it's not going to be perfect. The idea of Lego is they've gone, we take these square bricks and make these incredible models from square bricks. And you're like, wow, that's amazing. A lot of Legos for kids.
Yeah.
But that is one that I'm just like, you dropped the ball. You missed the elements on this one. And it has the potential to be so good. I was just really disappointed in it. It's one of those sets that I keep looking at and I'm like, I could fix that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I could take
Do you know what? I'm going to make a mental note. In like 6 months' time, we'll ask you again to see if anything else has like been a stinky. It'd probably be that thing. But next up, this one is said with anger, mate. And what I'll do, I'll answer all the questions because you don't know what they are. So then you have time to think. This gentleman has put, which lightsaber do you hate? And hate is in capital letters, mate. So I don't know what one I hate. This gentleman didn't say if it's just actual saber or if it's in-universe saber. So I don't know what saber I hate.
Can I say, or should we just cut that out?
Oh, I can't say that. I don't know what lightsaber I hate. I don't dislike any of them. I'm really reaching for anything. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. What about you?
Hate is a strong word.
It's in capital letters, mate.
I very much don't like Stellan Gios's lightsaber. It's the one from the public. It's very Power Rangers. It goes up.
Oh,
it has bars and it has. It's a
yeah. That, you know what? If I had to pull one, it would be that. Like, and that's a bit of cop out. I don't like that thing where like the you've got like, especially with like saber companies when they've done it, they look like plasticky tubes and then the metal like curves around. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I think I'll have to back that.
That's the
ain't
first
great.
one that I've picked up and gone, no.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Can I say something controversial?
Mm.
I'm not a fan of Dooku's lightsaber.
Well, we're gonna have to go on to question 3 before everyone unsubscribes to both of us. Right, that was fucking awful. Question 3. This is interesting. I don't really want to do it because I don't want to get whooped. I don't know why, but I always fucking fumble this word. But will we ever see a choreographed? You know what I mean, yeah. Sems versus Fulcrum duel. Choreographed. Is it? Yeah, that's got it, mate. It's in there.
What, with
I don't want to
lightsabers?
lose in sabers. It'd
Yes.
be pretty sick,
Yes.
but I would get battered. So that
In which case, I'm all for it.
That's why I'm leaning towards no. But we'll leave it. What do they say? We'll put it on the shelf, and
It's on the back burner.
The back burner. I love that. The back burner. Mate. All right. This next question doesn't really make much sense, and it kind of ruins the question after. So I'll just give them both. It is, what do you both game? Actually, no, it doesn't. It is different. What do you both game on? And then the next question is, do you still play Call of Duty?
PS5 and yes.
Yeah, we are shooting people, mate, daily. Assassins.
We were on last night.
Homelander. And what skin? Don't tell me what it is. There's a skin that you love in it that you've used a few times. Not Skeletor. Skeletor was the twat yesterday who kept killing us.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, damn it. Who's it? Tell me. I can't remember.
I use loads of different ones. I don't know what you mean.
I know, but I always just associate you with this one skin. I don't know why, because I've never seen anyone use it apart from you. It is Spawn.
Yeah.
It is Spawn. Yeah. You got Xbox as well? You ain't got Xbox, have you?
Yeah.
I got both. I haven't played Xbox in a long time.
My Xbox sits in my kids' room mostly.
Yeah. PS5, Call of Duty. If that's a challenge, just saying. If you want to get slapped, duos. Let us know.
We're terrible. Right. We are terrible.
We're so bad. Right. The next question. I don't know the answer to this next question because I don't know what's coming out. But they just put the most anticipated game of the year.
A few moments later.
Had a little check, and there is 3 games that I think we'll both like, and the rest is kind of like unsure if it's coming out, or you might get new games in the year. First one is Tekken 8. Looking forward to it a lot. Hopefully it's good. The next 2 though is I know you will be thinking about. First of all is Star Wars Outlaws apparently comes out this year, which is the open world Ubisoft game. Which, again, a lot of fans weren't happy with because it's a female and it's no lightsabers and I don't like it. It has to be...
They did that. Ubisoft made a female character in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that story was incredible. So, and you have to play that game as her. Because if you play it as the male character that they just crowbarred in at the end, it's awful.
Yep. She steals that entire game. In fact, I don't know anyone who could say hand on heart that he did a better job. No disrespect to him, but it should have just been her. To be honest,
That's my favourite Assassin's Creed game.
Really? Damn. All right, you know what we'll do? We'll talk about Assassin's Creed next time. Okay. That's very interesting. I did not expect that. And then next game, I'm very nervous about this game, but I know you're a huge DC fan, and it is Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. I don't know how Captain Boomerang can kill Superman, but they're going to make it work. So I'm
not sure they are.
I don't think that game's going to be good. The Arkham games are god tier. What was that one that came out? I can't even remember it, bro.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. It weren't great.
Right. Okay. So.
You loved it. You loved it, ladies and gentlemen. Did you?
I did.
That's all right. That's cool.
I did love it, and I tell you why I loved it, because Nightwing is my second favourite DC character, and to have a game where I could run around as Nightwing, I was a happy boy. The fact that it was 2-player, I think, made a difference. I think they dropped the ball in the fact that they didn't make it 4-player like it was supposed to be. I think that would have been really, really cool. The story was good. The story made more sense had that have been part of the Arkham universe as opposed to this. I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was good. It was Court of Owls, and I'm like, great. I love the Court of Owls. It's a great storyline. They have hammered it to death, but it's still good.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that game, and I got a lot of fun out of it.
But you're worried.
But there are ups and downs about this game. Like at first, I was like, okay. Then people were like, "Oh no, it's going to be good," and I was like, "Okay." And now people are like, "No, it looks really, really bad," and I'm like, "Oh dear."
Yeah, I mean, I think if I remember right, it was either going to be like, did you play the Marvel Avengers game? It is. I think I've been on record and said this, so I'm just saying it again. I think it's my most disappointing game of all time.
Yeah,
It's so bad, pure microtransactions.
Yeah.
It is just shit. Apparently, they were like molding it over that. It didn't do well, and that's why there's a massive delay because they reworked everything. So it got like 2 chances, man. So hopefully that lands, but hopefully that answers the question. I guess Star Wars Outlaws, we're looking forward to the most.
Outlaws for sure. I mean, if I can run
It's
around,
got to be good.
and also I'm a sucker for Ubisoft games. I know people are like,
Yeah.
"No, Ubisoft. I don't like the way they make their games." I'm like, you know what? Is this thing? I love Far Cry is like one of my favorite
Yeah.
like things ever. Right? For me, Far Cry 5
Mhm.
was my favorite. With the cult, I love the cult things. But people complain that it's always the same. You go here, it opens up part of the map. But I tell you what, right? They're like, "Oh, it's always the Ubisoft thing," and I'm like, "But if they change it, people will be like, well, it's not a Far Cry game."
Yeah. We've seen it
So
happen in Assassin's Creed, mate.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I remember when Syndicate come out and they went, "Oh, it's another Assassin's Creed game," and then Origins came out and people were like, "What the f is this shit, mate?" So like, you can't please everyone, but
So I'm fine with it. I'm like, yes, I want it to be. It is multiplayer, right?
I don't know. I do not know. I would actually imagine it probably ain't because apparently it is very big. So I don't know if it's on the
Because
same bigness scale as like
wasn't
Starfield with 1,000 planets, which hurt the game. Yeah, which really hurt the game. That was my most disappointing game of 2023.
but
I need
wasn't the
5.
rumor that they were doing? It was like a mixture of your standard Ubisoft game, but because Ubisoft obviously did the Division as well, which
That would be
I was
sick.
I was a
That's
big
good.
fan of,
That's something that
and
would
and
synergize.
you could pick like what different class you were, like bounty
Mm,
hunter, outlaw, things like. I think that was the rumor about what the game was in the first place. I mean, obviously these things change quite a lot, but
yeah.
I'm still looking forward to it. Open world Star Wars game, thanks.
It's just a dub. It's a dub for
Yeah,
us, mate. As a Star Wars fan,
yeah,
I'm good. Like, just don't make it shit, and I'm good to go.
yeah.
Next one is, what's your most normal hobby you have? I would say for me, probably video games. Then, if you push Jim, so probably video games. Like, I think that's pretty normal. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think mine would probably be video games. I don't really leave my house,
Hey, there's
so
nothing wrong with that. Every time I leave the house, I get angry. So
yeah, oh yeah, there's people out there, and I don't really like them.
there's
So
there's humans.
yeah,
No, we don't like that.
yeah, no, probably video games. I don't really have normal hobbies. Like my other hobbies are obsessing over lightsabers and Lego.
Yeah, see, that ain't normal, and he put normal with the thingy on it. So
Right.
yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm guessing that would exclude that. We've got 3 questions left. Are
Okay.
you both going to Comic Con this year? Now, I don't know which Comic Con they meant. I'm down to go Comic Con.
Yes.
I know you love games,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we do a nerd force at Comic Con. How about
Yeah, for sure.
that? Next one. Did you both have a good start of the year? I had a good start of the year. What were you saying?
Yeah. No, good. Yeah, I'm happy. A lot of good things are happening early in the year.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, good.
And the last question. I didn't randomize this question because I saw it and I thought that has to be the last question.
Okay. I'm worried.
Will it all end in 2024?
Jesus Christ, keep it light.
Will it all end? Now, I don't know what that means. If we mean this show, I mean, it hasn't even aired yet. So, but I think they mean, will the
All of
Earth
it.
like explode this year? I don't know that. But if I did know, I wouldn't be filming YouTube videos. I'd be
Yeah.
some
I'd be traveling.
palace. I'd be in a palace somewhere. I wouldn't travel. Nah, I'd be like, I know stuff. Someone would give me money for that, I suppose. And yeah, I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know for sure, but I will say things ain't looking great.
It's not looking good, bruv. So, yeah.
But then I will say this, right? I will say this, right? We're in a point of history where I think a lot of people get frightened over a lot of things because we have a lot of information coming at us all the time. I've been around long enough at this point that I've seen this a few times, and it's always kind of been all right.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah. Until that meteor comes, I think we're good to go. At this rate, it's probably going to be AI, so that'll probably do us in
100%.
eventually.
Right,
Yeah,
I've been
all it
saying
takes is Ultron to come, and then that's it. It's over on it.
I've been saying for years, this planet doesn't end because of war or because of anything else. This ends because the robots try and take over, and I stand by that. And
it's way more likely
every
than
single
anything
year
else.
it gets closer.
People get too like, ooh, people think that an AI is going to build a Terminator skeleton. No, it's just going to turn everything off, and then we will be finished.
Yeah, it's going to set us back to the Stone Age, and we won't be able to handle it.
And then there won't be Nerd Force. There'll be
and some might say it's Nerd Force or nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam's Fulcrum. Jesus, what a shit way to end on a real depressing note. We don't know if it's ending, but the show will go on. How about that? Whatever happens. Thanks for watching, guys. The next episode will come out whenever it comes out. We'll try and get it as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, Sems.
And yeah, see you in a bit. Peace.